morning everyone, this is Bremster, and today I thought I would bring you another in the series of Dying Flutchman Features Doables puzzles. After yesterday, where it was not very doable, it was an excellent puzzle, but boy was it hard. I thought it was time to go back to something a little bit easier, and the Dying Flutchman series I have really been enjoying, and I thought let's try another one. I said I was going to do one every sort of week to 10 days. I think it's been about that. Didn't even look. Just decided, let's record one. So this is an even Tetrominos and Kropki pairs puzzles called even Tetrominos and Kropki. So yeah, good naming. Before I get on to the puzzle, of course, March of the Quads is nearly over. March of the Quads in April, of course. Please take a look at the puzzles if you haven't. The pack is not going away on the 20th of April. I just won't be accepting solution codes for entries into the prize. But please have a look at the puzzles. They are... The people who put work into them have done an amazing job. I was one of them, sure, but other people did as well. And the feedback has been nothing but extraordinary. There's also the Entropic Power Lines pack, which is running at the moment. 12 Entropic Lines puzzles. And I've got an Entropic Line puzzle in my queue, I think, for tomorrow. So, yeah, I don't know how hard that was. And I really wanted to do a doable puzzle after what happened yesterday. It was a great puzzle, but yeah, I just wanted to get back to something a little bit easier. I'll try and get that one onto the roster for tomorrow, but for now, let's have a look at even Tetrominos and Kropki by Dying Flutchman. So, how does this pack or puzzle? This isn't a pack. This is a puzzle. Well, it kind of is a pack. I think he did 9 of these, and this is number 4, but it started with number 0, so this is puzzle 5. Confusing. So how does this puzzle work? Normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have Kropki pairs, which means on black dots, the digits must be in a 1 to 2 ratio, or one must be the double the other. And on white dots, the digits must be consecutive. Not all dots are given, so hence Kropki pairs. Then we've got this even Tetrominos business. So what that means is there will be all of the even digits in the grid will be in 9 tetromino shapes. Now the tetromino shapes can touch each other, and they can, so that a lot of tetromino puzzles, you can't have tetrominos of the same shape touching each other orthogonally or something. This doesn't exist in this puzzle. It's just that the even digits must be all in tetromino shapes that touch each other. I'm just drawing random tetromino shapes in the grid. So it might even be possible for that to be a tetromino. It would be possible for an L tetromino. There'd be a T, which is possible. So there's all sorts of possibilities, and they can cross boxes. So for example, you could have an L like that, or an S, I think it is, like that, or even a T like that. They would all be possible. And each tetromino contains the digits 2, 4, 6, and 8. So when you get your tetrominos, you cannot repeat the 2, 4, 6, or 8 in the tetromino, so they're going to form sort of even killer cages. So 2, 4, 6, 8 is 20. Yes. So you're going to get these 20 cages that must contain even digits like these are. So yeah, it'll be interesting. We'll see what we come up with. So let's give this a shot. I just need to do that. And now, so I'm going to mark these no, I'm just going to leave those as that blue. So we know these are 2, 4, 6, and 8. Now, one of the things we know about... Actually, I'm going to start down here, because one of the things we know about black Kropki digits is each black Kropki digit must have at least one even digit. So I'm going to draw them here. So your black Kropki digits are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. Now, if you use 1, 2, then you've got an even and an odd. If you use 2, 4, 2 even, 3, 6 an even and an odd, 4, 2, you've got 2 even, 4, 8, you've got 2 even. So however you do it, you've got at least one even. And if you use an odd, then you're either 1, 2 or 3, 6. That's why this is important, because this can't be too even, because what we can do is we can actually mark all of those as odd. We can mark all of those as odd, because these are tetrominos are of even digits. All of those are odd. All of those are odd. In fact, all of those are odd. Let's mark the odd digits. Those are odd. But here, this can only be 1 or 3, which are the only odd Kropki digits, and it can't be a 1. So that is a 3. What is going on? That is a 3. That is a 6. So these are 2, 4, and 8. So this would be an even and an odd. So which will give me my 5th odd. So all of these are even, which I could have got by just counting the row. Now, if this was an even, I couldn't put it into a tetromino because it's completely surrounded. So this is odd, which makes all of these even. Now, on this, I can't use an odd digit. So I can't use 1, 2. I can use 2, 4. I can't use 3, 6. I can use 4, 8. It must have a 4 on it. So 6 must go here. So this must be 2, 4, or 8, must have a 4 on it, and 6 must go here. This must be 2, 4, 8, must have a 4 on it, which takes 4 out of there, and 6 must go here, which means 6 is up here, but that's not that surprising. These are all even. So I've got the same thing here because I've already got 5 odds in the column. So this is 2, 4, 8 and must have a 4 on it. I've got 4 evens in this column. These are all odd. One of those is even and will be 2, 4, 8. Hang on, this is the only place I can put a 6 in this box. That's a 6 because I can't put 6 there. In fact, that is a 6 and this is not the 6 because, yeah, where does 6 go in this column? Because all of those were odd and I'd already placed the 6 in this box. So yeah, that had to be the 6. This is 2, 4, 8 and it can't be 4. This is the 2, 8 that's left over from there. That makes sense. So there'll be a 2 or an 8 in here somewhere. This also has to be 2 evens because the only odd Kropki digits are 1 and 3 and I can't do it. So they're both even, which means they're 2, 4, 8 and must have a 4 on them. I now have all 4 evens in this row, so that becomes odd. I still need to put an even up. Could I do that? That must be even no matter what, because if this is even, hang on, this is a completed tetromino. So if this was even, this would have to connect to this. If this was even, it'd have to connect to this. So whichever way we do it, that is even, and that completes all of the evens in the column. That is odd, that is even, which completes all of the evens in that column. They are odd, which gives me all of the odds in that row. That is even, and that becomes odd. That is now a tetromino, because once there's no other way of doing that. This can only connect to that, which can only connect to that. This is a tetromino on its own. And that's being all in the same box means that that makes sense for the 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'm going to recut. No, I'm actually going to leave that blue because it doesn't touch any of those. This now needs to get out. So that has to be blue. And it needs to keep going. That has to be blue. This is all 4 blues in the row, so these are odd. This is a 5. It's been a 5 for ages. I could have just put that in the beginning. You always put a 5 in the middle of the grid, right? This is even because I've got all of these odds now, so that is even. Actually, I am going to recolor this because that is a tetromino. Now, how does this form a tetromino? I can't do that because that would seal this off. So this That has to connect to there, which has to connect to there, and now I can't go down or I'd seal that off. That has to be a different tetromino. Let's make it red for now. So this has to be 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, I can't put 6 in any of those cells. That has to be a 6. And now I can't put 6 there. That has to be a 6, which means that's not a 6, and that is a 6. So this is 2, 4, 8, which I kind of already knew, except it's not a 4. No, yeah, I'd had that for ages. I only just got that was even, I think. Look at me thinking, this is an odd digit on a consecutive dot. If I try and make an odd digit consecutive with another odd digit, I'm going to be trying for a very long time. That is even. This is all of the evens in that row. They become odd. That is all of the evens in the column. That becomes odd. That becomes even. And now I've got the same issue here, don't I? This comes out. It has to come out. And if I go down, I'm stranding that. So this is a different tetromino. I'm going to make that purple. The only way this can make a tetromino is like that. I'll keep that. I'm going to make that one purple as well. And then I'll make this one back to blue because blue is an easier color to see. So 6 has to go in one of those two because I can't put 6 there in this tetromino, but this 6 knocks it out of there. This is a 6. Okay, do I want to look at evens or do I want to look at odds? Because I can tell, for example, these have to be 5 and 9, and there's a 5 looking at it. So that's a 9, not a 0. That's a 9, that's a 5. Next to a 9 is an 8, making these two 4, except I've got a 4 looking down, making that 2 and that 4. This tetromino needs an 8, which means these are 2 and 4. This is also 2 and 4. This is fun. I need to put a 6 in this tetromino. I can't put it there. It has to be in those two. So I can't put it there or there. This has to be the 6 in this tetromino. This 6 is looking down, placing that 6. There's no 8 there anymore. This is also a 2, 4. Except I can't make it a 4 because 4 has to go on this dot. This is the 2. There's no 2 here. This is a 4, 8. This is a 2. This is a 4. This is an 8. The 2 is looking up, taking 2 out of there. That is a 4, 8. This becomes the 2, takes the 2 out of there. I need to put an 8 onto this. Not sure yet. These are 1 and 3, and I've got 1 3s in the boxes. That's a 1, that's a 3. I'm jumping between odds and evens all over the place. 1 can't go there. Sorry, 1 can't go in those, so 1 is placed in box 9. This is a 7, 9 pair, but there's a 9 looking at it. Look at that. Sorry, after the puzzle yesterday, this is feeling much more comfortable. I can do this one. This is a 3, 5. Which I don't seem to be able to resolve, but what it does do is it gives me that 9, which makes that a 3, 5. 4, 8 not resolved. 2, 4, 8 not sure. That is a 4 or an 8 because it sees 2 and 6. I think I've placed all the 6s. I have. I've got to be able to do more with these evens. That right there is a 5 because of the odds in the column. These are 7 and 9. 5 is in one of those two. In fact, these are 5, 7, and 9. You always get down to triples when you do this sort of stuff. That's not a 9. In fact, that's a 7. That's a 5. That's a 9. That's a 3. That's a 5. And that breaks back into the evens. That's a 4. That's a 2. That's a 4. That's an 8. That's a 2. This is a 7. This is a 9. That was very cool. The 4 is looking down, making that an 8 and that a 4. This is a pair now, which is 5 and 7. It is so much easier when you're treating it as two separate puzzles, the odds and the evens. This is 1, 3, and 9. I have to put the 9 in the middle because of those. 1 and 3. Okay, so these are 3, 5, and 7. So that becomes a 9 because it's the only place I can put 9 in this box. This becomes 3, 5, and 7, so it's a 3, 5. Wait, that's a 5. So that's a 7, that's a 5. There's no 5 in there. That's a 3, 7, so that becomes a 5, that becomes a 3. These are 1 and 5, and I can know the order because of that 5. That's a 1, that's a 5. I can put a 7 in there, which makes that a 3, and that a 7, which makes that a 1, and that a 3, and I think that's all of the odd digits. Now I'm just looking for the trick with the even. See that 8 right there? That 8 means that I can't put an 8 over there without breaking the rules of Sudoku. Sorry. That's a 2, which means there's no 2 in there. That's a 4. That's an 8. The 2 looks up, taking 2 out of those, so that becomes a 2. That's a 4, 8 pair looking over there, making that a 2. 2 is not in a 1 to 2 relationship with an 8, so that becomes a 4. That becomes an 8. That becomes a 4. That becomes an 8. That becomes a 4. That becomes an 8. And that was even Tetrominos Kropki by Dying Flutchman. That was a doable puzzle. That was very, very cool. I like that one a lot. Under 20 minutes. So if you take the average of probably my last 3 videos, they're probably 3 normal length videos. Cool. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you, Dying Flutchman, for this series of puzzles. I've really enjoyed them. And I hope those of you who felt very, very frustrated yesterday felt that this one was a bit more approachable. I really liked yesterday's puzzle. Don't let me think that I didn't, but it was very hard and I'm glad I got help. This one, however, is very much right up my alley for something to just put into the grid and have, or not put into the grid, but load up the grid and have a lot of fun just casually flying through and finding the neat tricks. That was a lot of fun. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for coming to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Please join us on the Sudoku Solvers Discord. There's a lot of good stuff happening there at the moment. So much content. And yeah, if you've got recommendations for puzzles, please send them my way. Check out the puzzle packs, just everything that's going on. It's just wonderful to be part of the community. And I'm glad you're with us. Thank you for watching and good luck with your solving.